Welcome to the Enchanted Ears podcast,
where we discuss anything and everything Disney.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Joe, and on today's episode, we're kicking off a new series about planning the perfect day at each Disney park. So we're starting with Magic Kingdom today, then we'll work our way through each of the other parks at Walt Disney World. But kind of the idea is we'll pick 3-4-ish attractions, our go-to place to eat, snack, show, parade, for kind of what would our perfect day look like at the park.
That sounds like fun.
No, that does sound like a lot of fun. That's why we're doing it today. So, but before we get into that, let's cover the Disney news of the week. So, over on Disney Plus, Daredevil, the new Daredevil series, Daredevil Born Again, debuted. We watched the first episode. 2 episodes are out. We've only watched the first one. You know, I was really looking forward to this. Some shockers kind of at the beginning. I think my initial reaction highlight of this, though, is I don't know why they're using bad CGI for the fight sequences.
I wouldn't call that a highlight. It's definitely a low light.
Yeah, but I think my
the
first
thing that
impression,
sticks out.
Yeah, it's like the Daredevil series was known for its incredible fight sequences, and the beginning, 5 minutes of this show. Things that I don't feel like they need to CGI, very clearly CGI.
Nothing looks natural. Even there's I think it's on a rooftop. There's a part where there's a couple punches thrown, which would be very easy to film people throw a couple punches. They're not even close up or anything, and you can very clearly see that the movements are not human-like movements.
Yeah.
It's very not well done CGI.
And I do know, with the writer's strike and stuff, they went back. They had a bunch of the series filmed, and they kind of went back and changed some things and went back and refilmed some stuff. So I don't know if maybe they ran out of time and had to fill in CGI for some sequences. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that the whole series isn't going to use CGI like that. But that was a little disappointing to see. But otherwise, I think excited to see these characters back. I think where the story's going, I'm excited to see. So I'm definitely invested and glad Daredevil's back, but I'm worried that that was the initial thing. You're like, oh no, is Disney ruining this? What made the Netflix series so good? I
think that it's just something where you just need to be aware of it going into it, is knowing that the CGI, at least in the first episode, I am hoping it cleans up.
That's what I'm saying. Because, maybe it was just that scene or something.
It is.
It's very obvious. It's very obvious in the problem.
Because sometimes when you watch Marvel movies, you're like, I know that Spider-Man is not actually, that was the comparison I made when we were watching it, is that they're not actually filming Tom Holland swinging through the streets, but it doesn't look bad. It looks natural, I think. I don't normally pick up on CGI and be like, oh, that's awful. I there's only a couple scenes I've ever seen, the first Pirates of the Caribbean, when the cannonball goes through the house and it looks terrible. That particular scene stands out, and then this it is so poorly done. But yeah, I think that I'm just hoping that they take care with that, because that was one of the most one of the better parts of the series. But storyline wise, I think it seems like it has solid footing. So like you were saying, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Then moving on to the parks over in Disneyland Paris, they announced the opening of an all-new restaurant that is being run by a Michelin star chef. So it's very upscale, very fancy. They actually have ratatouille there, which I think is hilarious. It looks just like the ratatouille from the movie, but it's all Disney inspired courses and everything like that. Yeah,
so this restaurant is called, I'm going to do my best French here, La Forêt Secrète, which is by Jean Imbert. So again, you don't pronounce the T at the end, I don't think there. So yeah, that's the guy that we're talking about, the Michelin star guy. I'm guessing that translates to the Secret Forest, if I had to take a guess. But yeah, it's very exciting that Disneyland Paris is getting this. I already want to go back because I love their castle. I love their appropriate worship of the Lion King. And
very true. They're getting a whole Lion King land over there.
Yeah, I forgot. I completely even forgot that
you keep forgetting about that.
I do. Yeah. I keep forgetting because it's not in the U.S. parks. So yeah, I can't wait. And honest to goodness, I don't know if I've ever actually said this on the podcast before, but I am not a city person. I'm very much like, I love to trail run and stuff. Paris is my favorite city I've ever been to. I think it is gorgeous and, I don't know, mystical and amazing.
Yeah.
So I look forward to going back there and to going to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, and this is I think in the Disneyland Hotel, but like they're going through kind of like a revamp of all of the hotels. Like we stay at the Art of Marvel Hotel, which was like a retheme of that hotel that opened a few years ago. They just reopened the Disneyland Hotel. So like now that Disney owns Disneyland Paris, they're going through this expansion, the Lion King Land, all that sort of stuff. So this is a nice addition of kind of an upper end gourmet deluxe restaurant.
And across the pond, which isn't really across the pond because it's here in the U.S., so it's like across the pond of across the pond
from Paris is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
back across the pond.
Yeah, so across the pond and across.
We went across the pond and back.
It's like
again.
two negatives make a positive. Somehow.
Okay.
Yeah, so over in Disneyland, over in the United States, the one we usually talk about, there is actually going to be a parade starring Shelley May and Duffy. They're actually going to be in the parade. So, I mean, as far as I know, this is one of the kind of first forays.
This is all part of the 70th. So this is part of the 70th celebration at Disneyland. And this is, kind of like the reintroduction, it seems like, of Duffy and friends. I believe they had Duffy originally at Walt Disney World, and he didn't catch on. And then he caught on internationally, so they kind of kept him internationally. And now he is so popular, people have been saying for a long time of like, bring Duffy back. And now they definitely have more like merch. Like if you go to the Polynesian, you can get the turtle, Olume. Yeah, like they have like his merch there. So it seems like they're using the 70th as maybe a way to kind of kick off Duffy and friends returning. And then if it maybe catches on this time, we could see them expand in the parks. But yeah, this is exciting to be part of a parade.
All I really want is for Stella Lou to come here.
Yeah. Well, I think, once you get a few of them, like,
I don't know, there's something about that little ballerina bunny that just has my heart.
Yeah. So, exciting stuff. And again, just more, it seems like every week they're adding like more stuff to the 70th. Like I think Toy Story Mania is having 70th themed mini games now, or they're going to like incorporate the 70th anniversary in there. They're like having displays all at the parks and stuff. So it's going to be a big deal at Disneyland, which is hilarious because the 50th at Walt Disney World, I feel like they did nothing.
Disneyland gets all the bells and whistles.
And they're having this huge parade and like all this crazy stuff for the 70th.
It's like the Season of the Force that they have over there in Disneyland, and they have the craziest looking merch, like a Death Star popcorn bucket with lights. It's amazing looking. They have like Loth Cat tiki mugs, like so much good merch.
Yeah, the 60th better be good at Walt Disney World. Seeing what they did with the 70th.
Fat chance.
So we had a different CEO back then at the 50th.
We did. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. We might have the same CEO currently for the 60th. We'll see.
You know what? I'm actually thinking that they're gonna.
He's gonna get close enough. He'll just be like, I need to extend to the 60th.
No, they're gonna like do what they did with Walt Disney. Like they're just gonna cryogenically freeze him and somehow keep his brain working. Like,
you can't tell people we know that's true. That's a secret. We tell people that's not real. So, all right, that wraps up the news for this week. All right, so let's get into our main topic here: planning the perfect day at Magic Kingdom. So, what would our perfect day be at Magic Kingdom? So, kind of the criteria here is we are picking a show / parade, a place to eat, a snack to have, and 3 to 4-ish attractions here. So, Angela, kind of using that, what is your perfect day? If you could have like the best day ever at Magic Kingdom, what would it be?
Okay, so I think that despite the fact that I love to sleep in, like it's one of my just greatest joys in life. Like not sleep in. I love to lay in bed. So I like on a weekend when I have my abilities to like get up as late as I want, I'll get up at like 7, but I'll lay in bed sometimes till like 8:39. Like I just love not getting up. But anyway, so despite my love of doing that, I think I'd have to rope drop because
it's like
I want to
meme. It's like that meme where it's
yeah,
me
exactly.
at 6 a.m. any day of the week.
Yep, and they look a
you're-
mess.
Me
And
at 6 a.m. at Disney, and you're like, wow. It's like Anna they typically use.
yep,
Whenever she's like
when she gets out of bed and
her hair's all
everywhere.
messy, and then like whenever she's got that like real excited face.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
you.
100%, 100% me. So I think I would rope drop this just because I want to kind of push your, 3 to 4. I think I want to go like 5-ish. So not much, but 5-ish attractions here. And I don't want to wait a long time for them either. So I'd rope drop it and I'd head right over to like Haunted Mansion because that can get to be like 45 minutes to an hour. I would hit that one up first because I always feel like that's a ride I need to ride. There's something very calming about the Haunted Mansion to me, like as far as
Interesting. I think that says a lot about you. That the spooky ride is calming to you.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's the same narration with that spooky like kind of voice, and
It's
you kind of
calming in
almost
the
can like
fact-
memorize what they say.
It's calming in the fact that you know what is happening.
Yeah.
Calming is in like it's comforting in that it is a consistent, repeatable experience.
And the other thing about it is like I don't want to say like I'm not afraid. I don't want to say I'm not afraid of death, but there's something about something that can make you do you fear death?
I was just gonna do it. I was waiting to do my Davy
were
Jones
laughing.
impression. Do you fear death?
But I think there's something like very like it's I don't know, it just makes you kind of laugh about death a little bit, I think. And like it's like a very lighthearted view of it, I think, and like the fact that you're falling out of the window backward and joining
they all
the
seem to be
spooks
having a ton of
inspectors.
fun.
I don't know. There's
Like
just something.
the ghosts are dancing. They're having a party.
Yeah.
Like it seems like a blast in the afterlife.
Like exactly. They're not working. I mean, it seems like a good deal.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I want to head first, and then, again, you said 3 to 4, but realistically what I would do then is because I'm rope dropping, I would hit up all the rides around it, like Pirates, and probably Peter Pan, maybe Small World. Like I would hit those ones up before the lines get long.
Yeah, and the reason I said like 3 to 4-ish attractions is because I feel like the average number of attractions people can do in a day at Disney is somewhere, it's more than 3 to 4, but it's somewhere maybe in that like 7 to 8 range on a given day. Like, there were studies or like I think something leaked from Disney that they did like internal memos or something, but like I think in their mind it's like if you can do 9 or 10 things, and that's including like seeing a parade and maybe seeing a character or a fireworks show, that like that's like the threshold for people having a good day in terms of like feeling like they got their money's worth for their ticket. So if you think about that, it is really like, hey, maybe I did 6 attractions today. I saw a character, I saw a fireworks show. Like if you think about it, a lot of days that is all you're really getting through. But if you do 5 or 6 attractions that you really like, you probably are walking out like that was a lot of fun. Now to your point, you could rope drop, and if you want to hit all of those kind of quick attractions, you probably could get more.
Yeah.
But once the crowds start picking up, what are you going to do the rest of the day? 2 or 3 things? Like
Right.
you're going to want to go do some other stuff. So that's kind of why I limited to that kind of threshold. Obviously, you're going to be able to do, if you really wanted to, more than 4 or 5 attractions. So.
Right. So then after I hit that particular like area of the park and the crowds start to pick up a little bit, then I'm heading right over to get my snack. I'm going to Gaston's Tavern and I am getting myself a creme brulee croissant.
You really love this thing.
I loved that thing. It
Yeah.
was so good. You were not sold on it
I'm
at all.
not a fan at all. I will
but
never have that again. Ever.
You know, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna say, I'll never have that again, and then I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, and I'll watch you eat it.
And then you're gonna say, you know what? Look,
No.
you love it so much. Or I will say, sometimes when I'm enjoying something, I want you to enjoy it too. So I'll be like, are you sure you don't want to try it again? And
I'm positive. I will sit here. I will say this publicly. I never need to have that again. You can order it. I'll watch you eat it. There's no part of me that goes, I want to try that. It was not. I did not think it was.
I'm gonna
good.
say something that's gonna be highly controversial.
Okay, that was your favorite thing.
I would rather have that than a Gideon's cookie.
Get out of here.
Like
Lee, like that is.
And now I will say that's in general. Sometimes they have really good like specialty cookies, but the ones that they have all the time.
I'm genuinely concerned for your mental well-being right now that you would say that. There's no planet where they're even close.
I think that the last couple times
What
I've
about
been there-
Gideon's cake?
Nope, not Gideon's
Okay,
cake. Yeah,
all right,
not Gideon's
okay,
cake.
Okay, you're not too far gone.
No, the Gideon's cake is definitely
that creme brulee
incredible.
croissant. It was just
tasted just like creme brulee and a croissant.
and it was just
It was great. It was great.
They should not go together like that.
Nope.
But you're gonna enjoy that. Okay.
Yep, that's gonna be my snack.
So that's getting you. So that's
And my
basically your
breakfast.
breakfast. That's kind of
It's
your
my
breakfast. So you've written Haunted Mansion and then what? Pirate? Like what was it again? Because you rattled off like so many things. Realistically, what are you doing here? Haunted Mansion.
I'm doing Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
And then probably going to Peter Pan over
Peter Pan. Okay.
Probably going to that over Small World. And then if Small World's still a low weight, then I would hit that up. If not, I'm going to Gaston's.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
So I've
we're
eaten breakfast
at breakfast and we've gotten 3 attractions.
We've gotten half the park in already.
And one of the probably worst things to order.
No.
Okay. All right. Let's move on.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. and then I would go over to Tomorrowland and I would hit up Space Mountain because that nothing sounds better than eating a croissant filled with just lovely
You don't have to
cream.
do it right away. Like you can take some time in between here.
Yeah. Hit Space Mountain and Tron. So I want to get my roller coaster in. I've done the calm thing. I've eaten. Now I'm ready to ramp it up a little. And then after that, I would have to check the time. Now I think we're hitting around lunch. It might even be a little later.
I think you're past lunch.
You think? Think?
I love how in your mind
time doesn't exist in my mind.
You can in 2 hours you can ride 15 rides.
Okay.
Ride time is 4 hours worth of ride time.
I will tell you, I would probably rearrange. So it depends on where we are after Gaston's.
You might be waiting 90 minutes at Gaston's because I've heard really good things about those creme brulee croissants. There might be quite a wait.
Yeah. But after that, depending on what time it is, there's usually parades. Like I feel like around, I don't know, noon, like around in front of the castle.
Like the 3 o'clock. Oh, like the show, like the castle show.
Like the castle show, like parade stuff going on around there. I want to catch that because I feel like we don't ever really prioritize any of that stuff. So I think that would be something that I would really like to prioritize sometime. Maybe this year when we're going a couple times, like to try to see all of the shows or the parades. So I think on my perfect day, I would prioritize that stuff. At least until I see it a couple times, and then I'd be like, okay, I can miss this again. So I would do that, and then I would do again around that time Space Mountain Tron, depending on when we're through. So we're probably mid-afternoon now.
I would think so. You're really pushing the limits of the 4-ish attractions here.
Yeah, I definitely am. Well, you got to think those first couple though. That was like one ride. That was like one wait time.
Yeah, but you got to remember
because I cut out Small World. Small World's a long.
But here's the thing: Pirates
ride.
of the Caribbean's like a 15-minute ride.
All right, well then I cut Pirates. I mean,
Haunted Mansion's a 5 to 10 minute ride. I'm just saying this is taking a little bit longer than you think. I think you can do it, but I think it's getting a little longer in the day.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's very beginning heavy and not end heavy. So the last thing. So if we're in mid-afternoon, it's probably we're in Florida. I mean, 90% of the year, it's getting like warmer. Now, if this was my ideal day, it's probably like 85. It's warm, but there's no humidity, but it's still warm. Like I'm probably getting a little on the hot side. So I'm riding Tiana because we have not gotten a chance to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure yet. I want to be able to go on it, not care how wet I get, and just enjoy it.
What I find interesting about your day is that you planned to ride the attractions with potentially the longest wait times in the middle of the day when it is most crowded.
Hey, it's my ideal day.
And the attractions...
Well, in my mind, yeah.
The attractions that stay pretty consistent in terms of wait times, like Haunted Mansion. Yeah, I mean, you can get a wait, but like, is it really frequently over a half an hour? No. Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, like in the middle of the day, especially like
minutes.
around the parade, like it drops again. Whereas I mean, Space Mountain, Tron, Tiana's. You could be waiting a long time for these rides. So, okay. So you waited.
I will say the
till
last
end of the
time
day.
we were also we probably have like fast passes. So for like Tron, like we would probably not have.
I never said lightning lanes. This is no.
You asked perfect day, so I'm gonna have a lightning lane.
This
for
is a
these levels.
free perfect day.
Now we're putting parameters.
You're already
on it.
pushing the limits
All
on
right,
the
fine. I
attractions.
put
Okay.
Tron first. Does that make you
No,
happy?
I'm just saying it's just interesting.
You're right.
Again, I think
the
you could
structure
do
of it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Don't look into
yeah.
it too far.
Okay, all right, okay. You're not
Okay.
the planner.
I really do. Yeah, that is true because I don't structure our days. But you tell me 3 months in advance exactly what rides we're going to be riding on what days in what order.
You will not have the perfect day unless for 6 months every day you think about where am I going, what am I going to do, and then I would say a month out you need to start every day looking at the app 4 to 5 times a day and checking wait times to start seeing what the trends look like. What is Tron looking like? Is Tron looking like a 2 o'clock? It's peaking. Maybe we need to go early. Maybe we catch a 3 p.m. drop in one of these. So yes, I do think you need to walk through your day a few hundred times, frequently
you
check
have
wait
to-
times.
I will
have
say
the perfect day.
you also have to have a memory that's more than like 2 seconds. Like for me, I'd check it and be like, oh, 3 o'clock seems like a downtime. And the next day I'd check it and be like, oh, that's really weird. It seems like 3 o'clock's a downtime. And then the next day I would check it and be
That's
like,
why you-
2:45?
That's why you have to do
Downtime?
it.
What? That's
every
surprising.
That's why you have to do it every single day. That's why you do it all the time.
All right, back to my perfect day. So
Your
after
perfect day does not include me telling you you're doing everything wrong in your perfect day.
No.
Okay. All right. Good.
no,
Perfect.
my perfect day maybe doesn't include you at all.
Yes, I
Depending.
didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that.
I'll think-
I was thinking it. I didn't want to say it though.
Everybody's thinking it. I'm just saying it.
That's okay. Okay.
Pirates.
Okay.
That's 2 in this episode. All right. Anyway, so then at this point, you know, I'm probably starving because I didn't figure out.
Because all you've eaten is a creme brulee croissant.
That's all I mean. It's a creme brulee croissant. So at this point, if we're together, I'm hangry.
Whenever we go to the parks, if you're hungry, I'm like, Angela, this is your perfect day. Your perfect day includes never eating and waiting in line for the
I
attractions.
will say, I think usually when we do head to the parks, if I am on it, which I'm not always, but if I'm on it, a lot of times I will buy like RX bars in advance.
Yeah, you
and
don't have
stuff.
like a snack or something.
I usually
yeah.
will try to have something on me so that I don't get really angry because we've been places like the one time it wasn't a Disney time because I feel like we would just stop, get a pretzel.
You're prepared because of like running. You're used to like, I'm gonna go run 5 hours today. I need to have like food to eat. You know what I mean? Like you're used to like thinking of that. Like I don't think, oh, let me take a snack bar with me. I'm just like, I get up and I go, da 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 da. Let's leave and just I'll figure it out later. And you're like, huh?
Water? Why do we need water?
Yeah, you're like, I should bring some water. I should bring a snack. Like you are good at that. I'm just like, let's go because I've thought. In my mind, I've never thought about that. I've only thought about wait times. Like, we got to get there. If we're 30 seconds
what?
late, the whole plan
You
goes
know
out
what?
the window.
You're re-invited to my perfect day because we balance each
Yeah.
other out quite
The
well.
whole plan's out the window if we're not on the bus at this time. So.
Yeah, you could rearrange my perfect day into
Okay.
the correct order.
Okay.
I will allow it.
All right. So you're hungry at this point.
Okay,
So,
so-
where are you eating? Where are you
So
getting
depending
food?
on how I'm feeling, because I think that, you know, I don't know if everybody else is like this, but I definitely, some days I tend more towards like wanting chocolate and other days I tend more towards like a sweet treat. So depending on which one of those I'm feeling, like not saying chocolate's not sweet,
Okay,
but like
thank you for
fruity,
clarifying.
fruity.
Okay.
Okay. That's really what I meant. So depending on how I'm feeling, I either want a Mickey bar
Yes.
or I want a swirl Dole Whip, like
Yes.
the
both great
vanilla
choices.
swirl Dole Whip.
Both great choices.
You have to get the vanilla swirl because it's like
the best.
strawberries and cream.
It's
Like
the best Dole Whip.
you need something to like cut the sharpness of the pineapple flavored Dole Whip, and when you cut it with the vanilla ice cream, it's the perfect amount.
It's the reason Disney World's better
sweetness.
than Disneyland.
Yeah,
'Cause they
it
have-
is.
they
And-
have,
and in that
Dole Whip
way,
swirl.
and in that way it is. So that's what I'm thinking, and then really, this is gonna surprise you. We just go shopping, go down Main Street and shop till I drop, and then we go back to the hotel, take a nap if we have time. If not, we come back for happily ever after, depending on what time it is.
I think at this point it's probably happily ever after time.
Okay,
I don't know if we're going back.
All right,
yeah.
we shop and then we go get a good seat for happily ever after. And if it's my perfect day, they see me standing right by the VIP area and they're like,
get pixie dusted.
You know what? Come into this beautiful little area where there's no tall people that'll stand in front of you.
You get pixie dusted.
Yes, I get pixie dusted.
And they let you just front row.
Yep.
Okay.
They put me right out front and they're like, nobody can stand in front of this beautiful woman. And I'll sit down. I'll be real nice and sit down so the people behind me can see.
My perfect day is they let me be Tinkerbell. they let me just fly off the castle.
Whoa, it's really weird. Tinkerbell has a beard today.
You can't see. I'm flying.
And she's enormous.
Yeah, that would be the thing. The costume might not fit quite right. All right, so my perfect day, not including being Tinkerbell at the end of the night, because I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think any amount of pixie dust is getting me up there to be Tinkerbell.
You know what? And then on your way, like while you're up there, they let you go into the Cinderella suite too.
Well, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I think I stop there. I think I go. This is kind of high. This is crazy. I'm not doing this.
Oh, I would 100% do that.
Okay. Well, all right.
100% would do that.
Getting into my day here, moving past all this Tinkerbell stuff. All right. So I'm starting my day off right with a Mickey waffle. Going to Sleepy Hollow, they have Mickey waffles there, and this is one of the few places you can get a Mickey waffle. And I think we all can agree that the real sign of Disney falling apart and not being like it used to be is how difficult it is to find a full-size Mickey waffle at Walt Disney World now. Because if you think about, like, the hotels all used to have it. Like, if you go to any of the All-Stars or any of the hotels, you'd order a Mickey waffle. They had full-size Mickey waffles. Now most of them have, like, Art of Animation, they have the circular waffle with, like, Simba in the middle or Nemo. Like, they're not even the small Mickey waffles. Some of the hotels have the small Mickey waffles, but, like, you can't get the full-size Mickey waffles anywhere anymore. I think Plaza Ice Cream at Magic Kingdom used to have them. They don't have them anymore. Like, it's so difficult
well, that's
to
the
find.
one. Wasn't the Plaza Ice Cream one the one that used to make the fold over Nutella like sandwich?
No, that's Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, okay.
That's Sleepy Hollow. So
they got rid of that.
They got rid of their waffles and replaced them with Mickey waffles, which I'm okay with because I like Mickey waffles.
But I mean, I think in general, Disney really needs to up their breakfast game, at least for me, because I don't care for a lot of their breakfast offerings. And then for me, like, one of the simplest things, if you don't want to eat breakfast or like, is just to get eggs. And I don't like the way they prepare their eggs because they're very like fluffy and kind of wet.
A little undercooked. Like,
for me, that's undercooked. Like, I like my eggs really well done, like almost browned.
For me, it's the lack of Mickey waffles. I think Disney started going downhill when they got rid of the full-size Mickey waffles everywhere. So I'm going, Sleepy Hollow has them. I'm starting my day off right because there's never a bad day when you start off with a Mickey waffle. I'm going over to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
And you're definitely riding that one by yourself.
Early in the morning, because that is one where the line can get very long. It's better to go early. I'm picking that one too because, like, Tron is a lot of fun. Like, you rode Tron, and I think Tron is fun, but it's somewhat like one-dimensional, and it's very short.
Yeah, the dimension is great.
But it's very short. Like, it's very fast. It goes through the scenes very quickly.
I would argue that Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is too long because by the end of it, I'm like, oh man, am I gonna throw up on this ride?
But I like the
gonna
fact that like there's a story to it. There's some show scenes. There's animatronics. There's a song in it. It kind of has like everything you like from a Disney attraction. Versus just like Tron, it's fun. It's an adrenaline rush because it shoots you out like a cannon. But then you kind of just go through and it's done. Like, you really don't have to know that this is like Tron themed. It could just be a roller coaster anywhere. So I kind of just like the fun aspect of Mine Train. So I'm riding Mine Train on my perfect day. After that, I'm going to go to the Enchanted Tiki Room because I love the songs and the music. So again, my thing is...
Did I say the Tiki Room in mine?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I had it on my list and I just must not have said it out loud.
You ran out of time. Ran out of time.
No, but yeah, I agree with you. It's not. Oh, go ahead, continue. Preach about the Tiki Room.
And now that I'm saying that,
now you're gonna cut it.
Well, no. I'm kind of laughing because my next one that I'm gonna ride is Carousel of Progress, and I think it's funny. And I didn't think of this when I was going through this, but when I was thinking of like, okay, what are the attractions that, like, if I'm gonna go have a really good day at Magic Kingdom, I want to make sure I ride. And I said Mine Train, Tiki Room, and Carousel of Progress were my first three. And I was talking about the song in Mine Train. I love the song in Tiki Room. Carousel of Progress has a great song, a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. And so apparently I just love music in my attractions.
Yeah. If I have the Disney Sirius channel up and playing in my car, you turn it off.
Yeah, I don't like
It's
it just
very
randomly
peculiar.
on the radio. But it's interesting. Like I do, I can't sing at all, but I do like music in my life. I feel like I want my life to be a musical. Like I want to just break out in song and dance randomly. I do that. I just don't sing very well. But yeah, it's interesting. All three of those, I like the attractions partly because of the music. So that's kind of my morning. So breakfast, a couple attractions. I'm not going to eat in the Magic Kingdom. I'm heading over.
Oh, you cheated.
No, it's Magic Kingdom area. So I can hop on the monorail. It's technically still in that area. But I'm heading over to Steakhouse 71 for lunch. I think that's a really good lunch option.
I'd be interested in being in this part of your day. Not, not with the Mine Train. But yeah, that would be.
But you're coming on later.
Yeah, I'd like to
Meet
go
me for lunch. And I think
eat
lunch
there again.
is a better option. Dinner is like mostly just steaks. They have like a fish and a chicken dish as well. And they also have their vegetable Wellington as well. That's kind of like a signature dish that they're known for. But for lunch, they have like a wider variety of options. Like they have a lot of sandwiches. They have steak, but they also have like a prime rib sandwich. They have salmon. They have a burger, grilled chicken sandwich. They have the vegetable Wellington. So I feel like there's just a wider variety of options there for lunch. It's a little bit cheaper too. So like I feel like I could go there and really, hey, what am I feeling today? And I have like 4 or 5 different options to choose from versus dinner. Plus, they have a 15-layer chocolate cake for dessert. So I'm getting that. And then after that, I'm going to the hotel room to take a nap because I just ate 15 layers of chocolate cake and I'm in a food coma. So then that kind of ruins my afternoon recovering from lunch there. But once I head back to the parks, I got to ride Haunted Mansion. That is like a must ride for me. It's a classic Disney attraction. It has, you know what? It has a song in it. Mm-hmm. It's the songs. Apparently, I've never consciously thought of this until right now, and I'm putting all these together, and I'm thinking about why I love these attractions. Every single one of them has an incredible song that is very predominant in the attraction. Like you could say, okay, Pirates of the Caribbean has a song, but they're not really like singing it a ton, and it's very repetitive in terms of it's not like a full song with a chorus and stuff like that. But like these attractions have full songs in them, and that's why I love them. You put music in an attraction, I love it. The New Country Bears Jamboree,
great.
All these songs, great. And I'm really learning something.
So
Frozen Ever After. That's why I love Frozen Ever After now. Songs.
So next time we're in the car and I want to put my Disney music on, you need to buckle up.
Has to be attraction music though. You got to play music from the attractions. You got to play like Tiki Room. Yeah, if you start playing the Tiki Room, in the Tiki 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 Room, in the Tiki 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 Room, I'm all in. Wow, I really learned something about myself today.
I'm so glad.
But yeah, so I love Haunted Mansion. Maybe if there's some time, like hop on the train.
Come on, ride the train.
ride the train. No music on the train, but I do love riding the train around the park. So if there's some time for that. But then I'm going to end the day, get a Mickey bar as my snack, and then like you, I'm going to end the day at Happily Ever After.
Aww.
Maybe as Tinkerbell, maybe not as Tinkerbell. But that is kind of how I'm ending my day there.
I think that sounds like a really good day, and I would love to enjoy Seven Doors with you as well. It is a good ride. Like it is a good ride. If it just didn't, I think it's just the end.
Rocking.
It's the end, like the rocking at the end. Like the rest of the ride doesn't bother me, but it's like that. I think there's also a place where my stomach doesn't handle I think there's a couple places where it goes up and down a little bit. Like there are little bunny hops, and those do me in. But other than that, yeah, you are right. Like it is cool going into the mountain, seeing the dwarves harvesting all the colorful gems and hearing them sing "Hi Ho," which is definitely the best song from Snow White and arguably probably the best song coming out of Disney before like 1955. Like it, so it's I could see that as a good choice.
Yeah, and I think, with your point, I mean, you added like a lot of additional attractions, and I think there's probably time to ride a few other things in there. Like I said, maybe getting on the train.
Maybe if you're not in a food coma.
Exactly. The 15-layer chocolate cake may be problematic at that point, but like I think you could probably fit like It's a Small World in there, or maybe Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I think there's probably a few more things you could do. Maybe go visit Mickey. Get your picture taken with Mickey at the Main Street Theater, something like that. So I think those are some other things could just sprinkle in, but those are almost like the cherry on the 17-layer chocolate cake. Like
wait, it just got 2 extra layers.
Yeah, it did. Wow. The 15-layer chocolate cake. It's just the cherry on that. Everything else is kind of like, hey, if that's all I did, that's a great day. And then those are kind of the highlights. I'm going to be singing all those songs the rest of the night because Happily Ever After, great song. Music. I'm all about music here, which is hilarious because we do the shows of guess the song, name the lyric. I don't actually know any of the words to any of these things at all, or couldn't tell you, but I like them when I'm in them.
I don't know. Have we ever done one of the guess the lyrics where it's strictly Disney park music lyrics?
I don't know, but maybe we have to do that.
Yeah, I need to prepare that since you talked such a big game about how much you love it, maybe I need to prepare a guess the lyric and see just how well you know these songs you love so very dearly.
We'll see. It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's my perfect day. I think you have a great day as well. I will offer my services to help you maybe reorganize a little bit better. But that wraps up the show for this week. We'd love to hear from our listeners. What's your perfect day at the Magic Kingdom? What attractions are you going to ride? Are you going to go to the parade? Are you going to go to Happily Ever After? What are you going to do? If you're watching this on YouTube, let us know in the comments below. If you're listening on the podcast, you can let us know over on Instagram. We're at Enchanted Podcast over there. But that wraps up the show for this week. I want to thank everybody again for listening. If you've not done so, please leave us a rating or a review. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. It really helps, and we really appreciate it.
Thanks for lending us your ears.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you here next Monday.
Bye-bye.